Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we watched Would You Rather. Find out why there's a smashed up cake on the table and we're missing a guy. Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review Would You Rather, the movie that stars Brittany Snow, Sasha Grey, and Jeffrey Combs. This movie is about a woman who's in desperate need of money, who's invited to a dinner party in which they play a game of Would You Rather, where the consequences could be deadly.
Who would you rather, Brittany Snow or Sasha Grey?
This is an easy one. Sasha Grey's head game is unbelievable.
I'm not a huge fan of Sasha Grey, so I would go with the other one.
Brittany Snow, known from Pitch Perfect, is a gorgeous girl, but Sasha Grey is a porn star.
I'm taking the professional too.
Let's start with what we liked about the movie. I'll go first. I liked the awkwardness of things. Like, it really made you feel weird and tense and cringe at times. And just it's unlike most horror movies where you're just kind of like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be fine. It's completely psychological, and you're just well, I know that this is gonna be weird. It makes your skin crawl.
It was unpredictable. What is going to be the next challenge? We had no idea what was coming up.
I remember specifically going oh, she's going to do this, or he's going to pick that, and it was not that at all. They picked the exact opposite.
But they didn't pick the exact opposite to be quirky or to advance the movie. They picked the opposite because they had justified reasons in doing so.
Everyone at the table was desperate for something, and they didn't reveal it right away. It kind of got revealed, each of them, throughout the movie.
What I liked most about the movie had to be the headmaster, the
aristocrat.
The aristocrat, played by Jeff Combs from The Reanimator.
First thing I saw him, I was like, I hate this guy. But as the movie went on, I was like, this guy is awkward and awesome, and he sold it completely.
He makes everybody feel like shit. Oh my god, I can't believe you took that bottle of scotch for 50 grand. You're an idiot.
Oh
you wasted 16 years of your life. Drink up the whole time. Imagine being one of the other people.
Watching that?
Oh my god, look at the ridicule he's taking and look at what he's doing for a little sum of money to them.
It's such a disregard for an entire human life. I think that's what makes it awkward. We do our thing, we record shows and stuff. For someone to come along and be like, oh, that doesn't matter, here's some money.
I'll buy whatever you're doing for $10,000 if you just never do it again.
I liked Bevins. Bevins is ex-military. The very first thing they bring out is his torture device. So you know right away that this man is going to be awesome.
He was pretty badass. He also looked like Butterbean, but a scary Butterbean.
Or a regular sized Odd Job.
It was Odd Job mixed with Butterbean. If you combine the two, I think that's what Bevins would be. What was the most cringe-worthy stuff? It was a good scene, but made you cringe the most.
That would definitely have to be the razor blade scene. He had to take the razor blade and cut his eye open. I was just I could barely watch it. It was just and I knew it was gonna happen. It was in the trailer of the movie.
It's the front cover.
Yeah, it's the front cover, and I just still was just I saw the trailer and wanted to see it because I liked the premise, even though I knew the eye thing was coming.
So my most cringeworthy or the hardest decision I would have to make would have to be
Travis.
Yeah, when he's sitting there and it was his turn with either stab that guy or get whipped by Bevins.
Before Bevins actually had to whip him, the whole table basically went around saying, stab somebody with an ice pick or whip Travis.
Travis was a good sport.
Right away, the three things, his back was just covered in blood.
When I saw John Hurd, who is George from Sharknado, and Macaulay Culkin's dad, who's a drunk at Ian Zerling's bar in Sharknado.
I don't think he's a drunk in Home Alone.
Okay. His decision to give up his 16 years of sobriety, his decision was drink a glass of wine for $10,000 or drink a whole bottle of scotch for $50,000. I was just holy shit. Yeah. Having a dependency on something, quitting it for 16 years, and then being propositioned with it again.
Well, and one thing I liked is that we never knew why he was there, what his issue was. We kind of were led to assume that he needed money because it was 50 grand. We never knew how bad he needed the money.
Which actually leads us to what didn't we like about this movie. My least favorite thing about this movie was some of the plot holes that we missed out on, maybe because people died too early.
Right, you wanted more character development, which didn't happen.
What I kind of didn't like was how we get to meet Iris before the whole thing. I kind of knew Iris was going to win the game because she's the only person we saw before the game.
Yeah, true.
I think it would have been cooler if trailers, they showed like a little bit of backstory from the different characters.
Or
they got like an envelope in the mail. It was like, you're invited to a game. Or
but you're kind of hoping that they fuck with us.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I really wish that the end was a little bit different.
The thing that I didn't like about this movie is the lack of gore. Like, the most gore we saw was the whipping in the back, because you saw lots of blood. And even, like, some of the stabbing, you kind of saw some blood coming out of it. But some of the more crucial killings or incidents didn't have any gore at all.
The eye incision, which is shown on the cover, they didn't even have a prop. There's barely any gore whatsoever in the movie.
It was done kind of like through dialogue. It's like, oh my god, he's bleeding.
Yeah, it was like,
he's gonna die.
What happened? Like, even the hand blowing up, they didn't really show it. They kind of just showed the aftermath.
Instead of what would you do, because we've basically covered what we would do in the situations in the movie, so we're gonna play what would you rather.
Alright, mine is for Dave. Would you rather lick the cat on the face or lick Jay on the face?
Would you rather do a shot of sriracha or punch me in the face as hard as you can?
This is for Lawrence Gilliard Jr. from The Wire.
Oh!
Would you rather try and deep throat a beer bottle or smash your face into some cake?
No!
So that's what we would do. Now, what would you do?
I love how covered in cake you are.
Look how Sasha Grey would look if I did the movie. So now it's time to do our final thoughts and ratings. I thought this movie was pretty dope, to be honest. It was not the horror that I expected. I thought it was going to be more Saw-like, but because there were so many cringeworthy moments in the movie, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the cast was brilliant. Brilliant. So, all the camera work, the sound, there was nothing that would take me out of the movie at all. I thought this was pretty cool. So I'm going to give this 4 Guy from The Wire / Drunk from The Walking Dead's out of 5.
So I always base my ratings on whether or not people should see the movie or not see the movie. And yeah, definitely see this movie. It's pretty entertaining. So I'm going to give this 4 minutes underwater out of 5.
I really enjoyed this movie. I thought the actors they picked were great. The camera work was awesome. I would have liked a little bit more gore, but can't have everything. I'm going to have to give this 5 aristocrats out of 5.
Well, that's what we thought about the movie. Let us know what you feel in the comments below. If you liked the video, like us, subscribe to the channel, and recommend some new videos for us to watch.